حينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وعافه واعف عنه وكرم نزله ووسع مدخله واغسله بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقيه من الخطايا كما ينقى الثوب من الدنس وأبدله دارا خيرا من داره وأهلا خيرا من أهله وأخذه مدحه بالجنة وعنه من عذاب القبر وعذاب النار اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء والأموات إنك سميع قريب الدعوات رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين صلى الله على النبي الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول كريم أما بعد عن حذيفة رضي الله عنه قال ذكر الدجال عند رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال لألن فتلة بعضكم أخوف عندي من فتنة الدجال ولن ينجو أحد مما قبلها إلا نجا منها وما صنعت فتنة منذ كانت الدنيا صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا لفتنة الدجال رواه الإمام أحمد أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Is narrated by Hudhayfa ibn al-Yaman radiyallahu an, who, as we know, was a keeper of the secrets of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and he was the one who used to ask Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam a lot about the fitan, the trials that were to come, and the signs of the day of judgment. So Hudhayfa radiyallahu an, he narrates that Ad-Dajjal was mentioned in front of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And so Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, what I am more afraid for you than the fitna of Dajjal is the fitna, the trials, the strife that will be amongst you yourselves. Talking to the Sahaba radiallahu anhu. Then the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam went on to say that not a single person will be saved from the trials and the fitnas that come before Dajjal, except that he will also be safe from the fitna of Dajjal. Meaning, the fitna of Dajjal, the fitnas, they precede and come before Dajjal. If you are safe from those and you are protected from those and you emerge from those with your iman intact, then inshallah you will also be saved from the fitna of Dajjal. Then the Prophet ﷺ told us that there has not been a single fitna from the beginning of the dunya, since the origination of the dunya, whether it be small or big, except for the purpose of Dajjal. It is laying the groundwork for a Dajjal. And so this is why we actually see the other hadith that I mentioned last time, that there is not a single prophet except that he used to warn his nation about a Dajjal. A question might come to our heads that these prophets must have known that Dajjal is not actually going to come in their time, because the Prophet ﷺ is the last prophet. Dajjal is going to come in the end of times. So why would they warn their nations about a Dajjal? The answer is in this hadith, that every fitna, every big trial and tribulation that comes upon mankind is actually a prelude. It is laying the groundwork for a Dajjal. And this is only increasing as times move on. And so there are many ulama that I have heard myself that have mentioned that the fitna of Dajjal has already come. And it is already at its peak, it is reaching its peak levels. And so, if we heard the hadith that I mentioned last time, a couple of days ago, that the Prophet ﷺ told us that there's no fitna from the beginning of the creation of Adam ﷺ until the day of judgment that is greater than a Dajjal. If we heard that and we thought, you know what, but Dajjal is still far away, we don't know when he's going to come, which is true. We don't know if he's going to come in our lifetime or in our children or our grandchildren's lifetime or even after that. We don't know for sure. However, if we think this and we become complacent and we think, I don't need to work hard, I don't need to work on my iman, well, guess what? The fitna of Dajjal is definitely there, and I will bring many proofs for this in the seminar tomorrow, inshaAllah ta'ala. So if the fitna of Dajjal is there and it is at its peak and it is very powerful and strong, then this hadith tells us that if you are safe from the fitna of Dajjal, then inshallah you will become safe from Dajjal himself as well. So we need to make effort on ourselves right this moment. This is a sense of urgency that every single one of us need to have, that we need to protect ourselves from this great fitna. We need to protect our iman, strengthen our iman, and set the trend for our coming generations. Build a household that is such that inshallah the strongest believers will come out of that household, and your progeny will be a progeny of iman until the day of judgment. That none of your progeny make that intention will succumb to the fitna of the Dajjal. May Allah Ta'ala protect all of us, and may Allah protect all of our progeny from the fitna of Dajjal. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. And lastly, I wanted to invite every single one of you again, inshallah, just a reminder that tomorrow is the seminar. Again, there's a lot of detail, a lot of research being done for this. So we will hear, inshallah, taken from the Quran and Hadith, from the speech of the ulama, what is the fitna of Dajjal, and how the Suratul Kahf contain the antidote and the cure to the fitna of Dajjal and the protection from the fitna of Dajjal. So inshallah, this will be again tomorrow, Christmas Day. We know many of us are off. After Salatul Maghrib, all the way until 9:30 p.m. inshallah. So hope to see all of you there, and also invite your friends and family as well. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.